Hello, my name is Trev. I am the Geekologist and this is the Geekology channel. Today we're going to review the Shanling UP4 2022. It is a Bluetooth headphone DAC amp. Clearly it has some similarities to the DAC dongles, which are the cheapest end of the DAC amp market, and I shall be comparing it today to a FiiO that I have. Today you're going to get the opportunity to hear the Shanling UP4 2022 against the Jade Audio FiiO KA1. And it's not just going to be me reviewing this product. This is the channel that puts you at the center and forefront of the review. Yes, I'm going to give you the chance to make your own mind up listening to an ultra high quality recording of both the KA1 and the UP4 2022. You can make your own mind up. Obviously, I'll give you my opinion, but at the end of the day, your choice will be from your ears. The viewer becomes the reviewer. How many other channels give you the chance to make your own mind up by listening to a top quality recording through a pair of top quality headphones? In this case, HiFiMan Sundara planar magnetic headphones, which retail at $299, will be on your head, at least in a virtual sense, and you'll get the chance to listen to the UP4 2022 and the KA1 as they actually sounded when I listened to them through my headphones. Provided you do this the right way, i.e. by using earphones or headphones plugged into your smartphone or your laptop or your DAC amp, you will get the chance to hear music as I heard it. And this isn't just any old recording. This is a recording of a DSD file. An SACD has been converted into an online file with no loss of quality, and you'll get the chance to listen to a DSD recording of both the KA1 and the Shanling UP4 2022. Can you hear what I hear? Do you agree with what I say? This is your chance to see whether or not you have a reviewer that you can rely on and trust, because you will get the chance to hear the evidence that I put forward to you. Using professional recording equipment consisting of binaural in-ear mics made by Roland and a digital audio recorder made by Olympus, you will get the chance to hear the music as it was intended to be heard in top quality sound. And more than that, I will be offering you a full lossless download of the full track of both recordings. Only on the Geekology channel do you get the chance to listen to the Shanling UP4 2022 as if you owned it yourself. You can review subjectively and objectively, listening to top quality recordings in your own time as much as you want. Well, that's enough self-promotion from me. We need to talk about the product itself, made by Shanling. The UP4 2022 is in fact a revision of the, you've guessed it, original UP4 model from them. The 2022 version of the UP4 has an upgraded DAC chip. In fact, it has not one but two new DAC chips in it. It has a dual ES9219C DAC chip, for those of you who are in the know of these things. Its primary function, however, is as a Bluetooth headphone DAC amp. If you have something as good as the HiFiMan Sundara, which is the headphone that's featured in this video, then you'll be pleased to know that you have not just one output but two outputs, one of which is unbalanced and the other one, more interestingly for us Sundara fans, has a 2.5 balanced, which has a lot more power and sounds a lot better in my opinion. Sundara and the like owners, if you have the chance, get yourself a balanced cable. You will need to terminate it with a 2.5. I had a 4.4 balance cable, so I just needed to buy myself an adapter, which I did off of Amazon. It cost me about £9. A little hint for you, you cannot go from unbalanced to balanced. You can go from balanced to unbalanced, but you can't go the other way round. So if you have balanced cables, get a balanced adapter. It will cost you, as I say, around £10, and it's money well spent, believe you me. I'm going to compare it to the standard DAC dongle out there, which is the FiiO Jade Audio KA1. Think of the KA1 as being in the ultra budget range of the end of the market, and the UP4 as being a step up, which in my opinion it is. Boasting several different functions, the UP4 2022 will output in lots of different Bluetooth codec formats, but for you the important stuff is it will output in LDAC, which is lossless Bluetooth. Although I'm going to be showing off a DSD file to you, and you can see it 352.8 kilohertz there, it will actually output in LDAC lossless Bluetooth quality. There is normal mode in balanced, and also another press of the mode button will give you high output mode. Obviously for the full size headphones I have used the high output mode. For in-ear monitors like planers perhaps in balanced, then you'd be using low because you don't need that much volume. Also two filter options, and this is using the standard or default mode 1 of the filter options. Account works at its best when it's used with its default player, the Edict audio software, which is downloadable through iOS and Play Store. You can adjust lots of different things on the Edict audio software, including volume, output, filter, and even which firmware you're using, so you can keep it up to date with the latest firmware uploads. It stores all of your music files and plays them perfectly well through it. You can download cover art and lyrics, and as a way of future-proofing your product, you can do firmware upgrades using the OTA facility that is embedded in the Edict software. Today you're going to be listening to a rather unique version of One Vision, a Roger Taylor composition taken from the Queen album A Kind of Magic. You might not know, but this is Roger Taylor's rather unique take on Martin Luther King's legendary speech on human rights. I Have a Dream. quietly confident that many of you may be familiar with this track, but you won't have heard the track in this sort of quality. This is a straight take of an SA-CD which was only ever released in Japan and has long since been discontinued. Even better still, a full lossless version is available to download in the YouTube description. You've heard two versions of One Vision, and I think we've managed to capture the full dynamic range of both the KA1 and the UP4 2022. I hope that you found what I found, i.e. that the UP4 2022 sounded rather special through those HiFiMan Sandara headphones, and that the KA1 sounded a bit bland and a bit so-so through the Sandaras compared to the 2022s. A couple of other things before we leave you. The 2022 is a capable DAC amp if you plug it into your laptop or your PC using the USB-C cable provided. I noticed when I plugged it into my MacBook Pro that the output was significantly higher, and I'm putting that down to the amount of voltage available at the USB port of the MacBook. Higher when compared to the output coming from my smartphone, and particularly using a USB-C to OTG connection on the smartphone, the output was quite low on that. I'm not guaranteeing that doing that is going to give you a higher sound quality, but it will certainly give you a higher output. 2022 comes with a robust clip. Once you've clipped that into the right place, you can make and receive phone calls of exceptionally high quality because it has a built-in mic, a Knowles mic no less, which means you can use the HiFiMan Sandaras for hands-free phone calls. What I'm saying is you don't need a special cable to get these to work as a hands-free phone. You just clip your cable into the Shuanling, and when a phone call is coming in, you just press the volume button in once and the Shuanling will take over the rest. Quick tour of the UP4 2022. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that's given you reasonable insight into the Shuanling, and especially compared it against the KA1. Quite frankly, I think it kicks the KA1's ass. The KA1 a fairly decent sound quality. The UP4 2022 is a great investment and certainly a good upgrade. I hope you've enjoyed this latest review, and remember, this is the only channel that puts you in the centre as the reviewer, as if you had the product yourself. If you like what you've seen, do not hesitate. Press that subscribe button right now. Until the next time, goodbye.